Good evening, folks, and welcome to Ridgecrest Talk, right here in your local TV station. That would be KZGN-TV. I'm your host tonight, Al Huey, along with my partner, Robert Eierman. And our special guest tonight is Supervisor Mick Gleason.
Al, nice
Glad to have you here.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for coming in.
Robert, thank you very
appreciate
much.
it.
My pleasure.
Well, today kicks off a pretty special weekend for us here in Ridgecrest. We have a 70th anniversary celebration of the USO building.
Right.
And I understand tomorrow you're going to be speaking. Is that correct? Friday?
Yeah, we're going to have a good time. We're doing it up. We're going to have a good time. The community's rallying around this grand old building that's meant so much to so many people for so long.
Right.
And we're not only are we recognizing it, but the USO is recognizing it, and they're bringing in their talent shows. And
the national USO.
Yes, it's going to be a great time.
Now, the history behind the county's involvement, the county actually, before you were ever here, owned the building.
Right.
It was a courthouse and there's some administrative offices.
And next door, yeah.
So first it was a USO building. It was only open for 2 or 3 years because it opened right at the end of the World War II, and then closed a couple of years after that. And I don't know when it was that county took it over, but shortly thereafter I think they became the caretakers or the owner of it. And then it reverted to the city owned it.
Right.
And when the city owned it, I don't know what it was in the beginning, but at the end, before the Historical Society got their hands on it, it pretty much become a storage building.
When the county sold it to the city in '79,
okay,
they sold it on the condition that it be used for recreational, cultural, and civic purposes. And so it continued in the same vein that it had for the 40 years before, or the 30 years before that. And so the city, when the county finished building their buildings in '74, we moved everything over there, and then we sold that building to the city in '79, and the city's been operating ever since and done a great job. And they've renovated recently. It's going to be a good deal this weekend.
Yeah, there were a lot of volunteers that have brought that. You've been there, obviously.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing the job they've done.
And the
history. I mean, I was there shortly after the Historical Society took it over, and I just looked at it. I goes, they'll never fix this place up.
Right.
It was in bad shape.
Right.
But I'm amazed today. You walk in there. It's just amazing the job they've done.
Yeah, it adds a lot to the value of our community. It brings a lot of sense of who we are, where we've been, and it shows that we respect and honor our past, and that's the best way to understand our past. It's the best way to develop our future. And so this is one way of doing that, and the city's all in, Navy's all in, and looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah, it's interesting. We had Tex Hoppus on last week, and talking about the event coming up, and the Navy got involved with the event, and through that process they contacted the National USO. They never even knew that the building sat here.
Yeah.
And they got really excited once they heard about it.
Right. It was about a year ago, or maybe longer. We had a big meeting where the USO delegates traveled all the way up here at the hard work of the Navy, working hard to bring this to being. And they were talking about the troops that they're bringing in, the shows that they're bringing in, and we were laying out this whole weekend. And it just so happens on the same weekend that we're having the Navy Ball. So this weekend's going to be full of things to do.
Yeah, that's the Navy Ball is what, tomorrow night?
Yes.
Tomorrow night.
Yes.
And that's, I don't know they've ever done it off base before, but that's going to be at Kerr McGee Center, right?
Yeah, they've done it a couple times off base.
Okay.
They've tried to do it on base as much as they can, but this year they're doing it off base.
And it's open to the public.
Yes.
So,
I'm going. You going?
No.
Oh, come on, Al. I know me and Robin are going to be...
My uniform doesn't fit anymore.
I'm not wearing a uniform. I wouldn't dare. I know I'm not going to fit in mine. But it should be a great time. Admiral Moran's going to be there. A lot of heavies are coming out. And so we're going to have a full day of USO, remembering our past, honoring our past, and who this community has, who dedicated its identity to, is supporting the Navy. and then the Navy coming over the Navy ball. It's going to be a great time.
Well, go over this. Go ahead,
I was
Rob.
just going to say, and speaking of that, they're
Yeah.
going to open a new building on Saturday. Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
The one that used to be an old schoolhouse, and now
Right.
it's going to be the Veterans Memorial.
Right, right. It's going to be a lot of fun. This whole weekend's going to be great.
Yeah, tonight, Thursday night, is the kickoff for the whole USO 70th anniversary.
Right.
And they're having a dinner, a kind of a semi-formal dinner tonight that starts at the gates, doors open up gates at 6:30, and the event begins at 7. I believe it's a sit-down dinner, and they'll have some entertainment there, I believe. And that's, if you're interested in attending that, the number for that is 760-375-8456. That's 375-8456. So if you're not doing anything tonight and like to get involved in the weekend's festivities, you could go there tonight. Tomorrow is when everything really kicks off. It's a full day, tomorrow and Saturday.
Right.
Tomorrow is the rededication,
Yeah.
and that's at 10
10:30,
o'clock.
10 o'clock? Yeah.
Well, it may not begin until 10:30, but the doors open up and things begin to kick off at around 10. And that's going to go till 2 p.m. And then after the speakers, yourself, I believe the Navy's going to be speaking
Yeah.
too, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
City too.
Mayor Peggy Breeden will be speaking. And also Kathy Armstrong, who was the impetus behind
Yeah,
this
she's
whole
great.
thing. She was the one that was really kicking the can down the road to
Right.
get this off. I don't know. You've probably met
Oh,
Kathy.
yeah. Oh,
She's
yeah.
a fireball.
She's wonderful.
So that begins tomorrow at 10 a.m. And after that, they're going to have some hors d'oeuvres and things after all the ceremonies. There's going to be a book signing. I forget the author's name. Maybe I actually have it here.
Boy, it won't come to me either.
I don't know.
Anyway, she's written a book on the USO, and she's going to be signing it. So that'll be available tomorrow. But we'll talk more about the event when we come back. We're going to take our break so that our sponsors can pay for this fabulous TV station that we have here. Join us on the other side of the break, and we'll be back with Supervisor Mick Gleason.
And welcome back to Ridgecrest Talk here on KZGN-TV. This evening, we have our special guest, Supervisor Mick Gleason. Again, I'm Robert Eierman, along with Al Huey, and we're talking about the USO celebration this weekend.
70th anniversary.
70th anniversary.
It's hard to believe.
Is that older than... Yeah, okay.
Again, if you've never been down to that building, I strongly urge you to go down and check it out. I was just talking to Supervisor Gleason on the break about the open mic nights, which are every non-Friday.
Non-flex Friday.
Non-flex Friday, I'm sorry. Every non-flex Friday. $2 admission and all kinds of entertainment for 2 or 3 hours. I mean,
The foyer there as you walk into is just absolutely beautiful.
oh yeah.
I mean, the artifacts they have, the history that's on display, the gift store is there. The people
Yes.
go and buy something real quick and get some memorabilia from who we are. It's great. It's just a great experience.
Yeah, like I said, when I saw it when they took it over, I thought, man,
Good
they'll,
luck.
they'll never get this place back in shape.
Right. They did a good job.
Yeah,
They did a
yeah,
good job,
amazing. And that's all to a lot of our local contractors and the people that contributed the money and legwork and time. They just did a fabulous job. I can't say enough. So it really is a star in the city's constellation.
Yeah.
And that's the name of the event tonight.
Right.
So, any idea what you're going to be talking about tomorrow?
I'm going to talk about the USO building and the county, what role the county played during the long, we owned that building for 3 decades, and somehow we managed our administrative and we managed functions in there, and then we moved and we built the new county admin buildings in '74, That's when we started moving and migrating from that building into the new building, and sold that building to the city of Ridgecrest, which was incorporated in '63, but we sold the building to them in '79, I think the numbers are. And the city took over with the condition that they use it for, recreation.
Kind of dropped the ball on that one.
Civic. That's okay. That's okay. They have it now.
Yeah.
They have it now. Now it's something we're all proud of, and hope everybody shows up and enjoys a wonderful evening, wonderful weekend.
And another part of it is, you mentioned earlier, Robert, old one-room schoolhouse.
Yes.
That used to be, and I didn't know that until I learned
Old
about
Isabella.
it. Yeah, it used to be up in Isabella, and was transported down here.
In the 30s, I believe.
Okay.
Maybe not the 50s. 55, I think it was.
Yeah,
Oh.
and then Historical Society took that over.
2010.
10, yeah.
Yes.
And have done a tremendous job. I haven't actually been in the side of that building yet. Have you?
No, I've not been inside of it. You can certainly see
The
the
outside,
change
yeah.
with the outside.
So I kind of wish they would have kept it a one-room schoolhouse, but I understand. I understand honoring our veterans. So
Yeah, I got you. Well, you are a vet.
Vietnam vet. I never retired from the military.
Yeah, you're a. What are you talking about?
Vietnam vet, and then I did some time in the National Guard. So
Good for you. Well, thank you very much.
thank you. You served too.
My pleasure.
Okay, let's go over again tomorrow's schedule. We've already talked about the event tonight. Again, that kicks off at 10 in the morning. You'll be speaking around 10:30. We're going to have a representative. Do you know who the representative for the Navy is that's going to be speaking?
No, I don't.
Okay, somebody from the Navy
Right.
will be speaking, and then Mayor Peggy Breeden. She'll have the podium for a while, and then Kathy Armstrong will be speaking. Shortly after that, like I said, they're going to have some hors d'oeuvres and appetizers. I can't say that word, hors d'oeuvres. It's like trying to, what is that sauce that nobody can say? Worcestershire.
Yes,
Yeah, I can never say that one. And then there'll be a book signing that you'll be able to pick up a copy of the author's new book, and the book is focused and centered around the USO building. So good book to have in your library here locally anyway, to pass on down some of our neat history in this town that deals with mainly, I'll have to say, the Navy, because if it weren't for the Navy, Ridgecrest really wouldn't be here.
We'd still be Crumville.
Yeah, we'd still be Crumville.
Which is
I guess maybe you're right. I don't
Yeah.
know.
And there's some that still think we are Crumville.
Well, that's true, but
I don't know, man. I think Ridgecrest is turning a corner.
I
really do. We got
have
our
you heard
challenges.
we're getting a super Walmart?
Yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, I did hear that.
Well, it's been a rumor for about 13, 14
They're
years.
finally at what someone
Yeah.
said. Pigs do fly, right? Someone
Yeah.
said.
That's right.
Pigs
Yeah.
are flying. They're airborne.
Yeah.
Look out, everybody. Well, I don't know. We got some good stuff going on. We've got some. There's money that we're paving some roads, to fix the front gate. The Navy hired 1,200 people in the past year. Super Walmart, whether you like it or not, I know it comes with some controversy. But I think I just think there's a lot of momentum in this town, and I think it's going the right direction. And I think people are getting more involved. We got to get more civic opportunities like this.
Yeah.
We got a new park, Petroglyph Park. We got that Petroglyph Festival, which is one of the finest festivals in the county. I think last year we had like 7,000 people at that
Right,
thing.
and they're
Yes.
expecting more. That's why I was hoping we could get somebody from the Navy to come on and talk. Because one of the hiccups last year was, I guess they had bus tours that went out onto the base to view
Right.
some of the petroglyphs out
Yeah.
there, and they were really pretty limited. There was a lot of people that
Right.
wanted to go that couldn't go because
Right.
they were full. And I understand that has been kind of corrected for this year, and there'll
Good.
be more availability for those people to
Right.
to
It's a
ride
real
out there.
windy road going up. I forget the name of that road. Do you remember the name of that road? As you go up to.
No.
Anyway, I forget the name
Too
of
long.
it, but that's one of the reasons with restrictions. Getting buses up that road is kind of difficult.
And there are other places you can go to look at petroglyphs, but roads are not that
Right.
easy to travel
But can I
on.
tell you something now? The petroglyphs on the base are beautiful because they're so well protected. In the middle of a
Yes.
bombing range.
Right.
And yet the Navy has done such a great job being stewards of the environment and managing that historic site that I think they're the finest collection of petroglyphs. I'd put them up against anybody.
Wow.
And it is spectacular. Not only that, the pictographs they got down the South Range are equally as impressive. So we have these two places nobody goes.
Yeah.
So you don't see a lot of human debris or a lot of human wear and tear. I mean, it's really preserved well, both the petroglyphs on the base and the pictographs on the south base. And the fact that the Ridgecrest has branded itself as a petroglyph community,
correct,
I think is another feather in our cap.
Yep.
That we can draw business, draw commerce, and at least one weekend a year get people here to understand our history, who we are, and have fun in the desert.
Let's talk more about that on the other side of this break
I'm
that we got to
sorry,
take.
Yeah, okay.
We got to take another break. Join us on the other side, and we'll be talking a little bit more about the USO and the upcoming Petroglyph Festival next month. Welcome back to Ridgecrest Talk. Again, we're here tonight with Supervisor Mick Gleason. We're talking about the celebration, 70th anniversary of our USO building. Big event this weekend. And then also we'll get into briefly the upcoming big event for next month, which is our Petroglyph Festival. This will be
from the 6th to the 8th.
From this November 6th to the 8th.
It will be year 2 for the festival.
Yeah. Right, year 2. Wow.
And,
can you believe that?
No.
Pick it up, you believe it. 2 years already.
There's been a lot of facelift going on in this past year.
Right.
You know, a lot of petroglyphs have gone up all over town. So
right.
Tomorrow, again, the rededication of the USO building at 10 o'clock at the USO building. And then Saturday, the National USO Troop will be putting on their USO show over at Freedom Park. And that kicks off at 11:30. No, 2 p.m. I sit corrected. 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. tomorrow. And there'll be several performers prior to when the National Troop does their show. Matter of fact, I believe they're performing these bands tomorrow night over at the USO building. Have a little pre-show. And you'll have to forgive me if I don't remember the names of the groups, but there's like 3 or 4 groups that will be playing tonight or tomorrow night and then on Saturday at the USO Freedom Park for the USO celebration. Are you going to be around this weekend for any part of that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm around most parts of the weekend. Navy Ball, USO. I mean, this is a big weekend for us.
Yeah. And when we talked text last week, there's going to be some good food, evidently. A lot of vendors are going to be out there next to Freedom Park.
Right.
Yes.
They have the road closed off
Right.
there. Right. You'll still be able to get into the city both from the north and south end.
That's Saturday, isn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Saturday.
Right. Okay, I must have missed you saying that. And the time Saturday is?
It's 2 to 6.
2 to 6.
2 to 6. What time the USO is actually going to be putting on their show, I can't tell you. They didn't put that information out to me anyway. But the bands that they have, there's like 3 or 4 bands coming in from L.A. That's going to participate in the weekend. Again, they'll be there at the USO building tomorrow night performing, and then again on Saturday at Freedom Park. So come on out. This is our history. You need to get involved. Bring your kids with you so they can learn a little bit about the community that they're growing up in. I don't know what else to say other than be there and be square for the USO 70th anniversary.
And I think that we were informed that no ice chests can be brought in.
Right, no ice chests. Bring your lawn chairs Saturday.
Right.
A blanket, whatever. Sit on
Umbrella,
the lawn.
maybe. Maybe an umbrella.
That's
Maybe
true.
an umbrella.
He's right.
We don't know.
I had teased them that it started at 2, and I said, and the sprinklers come on at 2:15. but we might get different kind of sprinkler.
Did you see the lightning last night, Ben?
I didn't.
Oh,
but Rob,
It was
I-
spectacular. Did
yes,
we talk
it
about
was.
this already today? I
Yes.
think we did. Unbelievable.
It was just incredible.
Yeah.
yeah, and they are saying we're supposed to have some of that for the next couple of days,
I think so.
on
Yes.
and off.
I think you're
Yes,
right.
on
I
and
think
off.
you're right.
That's right.
You can do all the planning in that you want,
Right.
but and it's strange for here in the desert that we would have that happen. Although we're very grateful for every
Yeah,
drop
right.
we get
That's
right now.
true.
Right.
Yeah.
But when I grew up in Ohio and you're back in Massachusetts, it was always, well, we'll do this if,
Right.
depending on the weather.
And I grew up in the Pacific Northwest, and there was, to the best of my knowledge, never a 3-day holiday weekend that it didn't rain.
It didn't
Yeah.
rain, right.
Yeah.
Right.
And when we had the balloon festival, it never fails. We had
The
calm winds for months.
Months.
That weekend, boom, they come out.
Blew like crazy.
Right.
So bring your umbrella, like Supervisor says. And then, as we were saying, next month, the 6th through the 8th, we're going to have our second annual Petroglyph Festival,
Yeah.
which is a big thing. They're anticipating that many of our motels, hotels are going to be close to capacity.
Well, last year, if last year's any indication, we had over 7,000 people visit our little hamlet
Yeah.
and came and enjoyed an educational experience and a fun time about what a petroglyph is, where these petroglyphs are, and what meaning they have to us and how we view them. And
You know, I think we're the only one nationally that does something like
this is
that.
great. This is great. We have the best group of petroglyphs in the world. I put them up against anybody. We have a new petroglyph park that the county's put in that has replicated many of those petroglyphs you see out in the wild.
Yes.
Olaf has put those in place and so that you can go around, take your kids. There's going to be we're working on getting little stanchions with things that explain what you're looking at, educational stops.
There
You
you go.
stop and you look at the petroglyph, and there's something you can read and understand what it means, how it was developed, what time frame. And so it's going to be not just a pleasant day to bring the kids, enjoy a walk, the swing set, all that stuff, but it's going to be an educational experience at the park. And that's just the park piece of it.
He means park.
The park,
Yeah.
the park piece of it. But the city is also hosting a festival to brand ourselves and to bring people in to enjoy. There'll be vendors of all sorts on the main street in town, Balsam, and it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The weather's going to be perfect. Al guarantees it.
Yeah.
Al guarantees it.
I was driving down China Lake Boulevard, and I hope it's just me not being able to comprehend that there's desert landscaping, but my opinion of looking over at Petroglyph Park from China Lake Boulevard, it looked overgrown or distressed.
Yeah.
Are we going to do something about that?
Well, what happened was when the thing began, when I first took office, I said I want all county property for 30 feet off the main road. I want it cleared, and I want something put down there. And then when to revegetate and make it look like it's not just a bunch of plastic bags blowing all over the place. So they did that. And the first 30 feet, they took
Make it quick. We only got about another
hydroseed.
15
They sprayed
seconds.
hydroseed all over it, and turns out there was the wrong hydroseed.
Ah.
So they've been in picking and getting it better, and they've seeded the rest of the place with the proper hydroseed. But that's why you're coming down, you're seeing perhaps some overseeding or overgrowth. I think it'll wear out over time.
All right.
All right. That's our show for tonight. Again, the USO 70th anniversary this weekend. Next month, the Petroglyph Festival. And Supervisor Gleason, thank you so much for being here. We want you back.
Go Irish.
Absolutely. Go Irish. I agree.
We'll see you next week, folks. Have a great weekend.